Hey guys, it's Richie. Hope you guys are all doing well. The worst PTB in history is about to hit tomorrow, so I'm gonna very quickly go over my changes that I think need to be made to these patch notes for them to not kill the game, because that's literally what will happen if this shit goes live. So I know we don't have the exact numbers yet, and when we do, I'll probably be making another video talking about that maybe. But there are some of these changes in this update. Literally, no amount of number tweaking can fix them. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about slugging first. If a survivor is left in the dying state for a total of 90 seconds during a match, they get infinite unbreakable for the rest of the trial. That's how it works, as confirmed from a comment in this exact forum. I thought the way it was going to work is every single time you get downed, you need to wait 90 seconds, and if you do that way, then you can pick yourself up back up. But no, if you pick yourself back up after 90 seconds just once, you can do that every single consecutive time you get downed. This is bullshit. Why are we giving survivors infinite unbreakable for the rest of the trial? The entire point of slugging is that you force other people off of generators to go pick up the person that you just slugged, right? But if we give people unbreakable for the rest of the trial, what incentive does anyone have to go pick them up? They're just going to get back up for free for the rest of the game. In fact, I would argue that it's kind of better to leave them on the floor because you want to give them that infinite unbreakable for the rest of the trial, right? So this makes no sense. Pair this with base kit tenacity for some reason, which was completely unneeded, and also they gradually get faster and faster as they crawl. I don't understand why any of these changes are happening. I would have been fine with them recovering off the ground after 90 seconds, right? Because then perks like Unbreakable and Exponential still have a use, and slugging is still kind of okay. It's significantly worse, but at least you're not literally forced to hook someone as soon as you down them, because right now that's what they're doing. They say they want to have these changes, these updated system. They want to allow the killer to slug when it's the right play, but not feel over-centralizing, right? That's not what this accomplishes. What this accomplishes is killing slugging entirely. You cannot slug anymore. That's essentially what they're telling me. Slugging is not worth it, ever, anymore, because they're just going to get up after 90 seconds for the rest of the game anyway. So you have to hook them as soon as you down them, is essentially what they're telling. I can't even leave them on the floor and come back to them later, because now they can crawl and recover at the same time, so God knows where they're going to be afterward. If we're gonna implement this stupid tenacity change, can we at least get base kit Deerstalker so I can see them on the fucking floor and actually pick them up, please? So yeah, all the slugging changes except for 90-second Unbreakable is horrible, and it should not work for the rest of the trial. The way to fix this slugging reduction update is to just simply make it so that if a survivor goes down, they have to wait 90 seconds if they want to pick themselves back up. And this will reset every single time they get downed. If they do that, it's fine. But the way they are currently proposing it, dog shit. Don't do it. Next up, tunneling reduction. So this is the next thing. This is where the bulk of the problem is. So this first thing, essentially when you hook someone, when they're unhooked, sorry, you no longer get a notification, and you cannot see their hook status for a little bit after, and I don't see what this is trying to accomplish. The only thing this is going to do is make it so people proxy camp even more now. I don't see how this affects tunneling in any sort of positive way at all. People were just going to camp more. So I don't really know what they were going for with this, to be honest, because again, I don't see what this accomplishes. You're only just taking more information away from the killer. I don't understand what this accomplishes at all. I don't like this change. What I do like is everything here, for the most part. So, unhooked survivors will gain Endurance, Elusive, and Haste. They already had Endurance and Haste before, whatever. Elusive is pretty much base kit off the record. That's fine, whatever. Without the super long Endurance, of course, but you do have, no scratch marks, no pools of blood, no grunts of pain, that shit, right? I think that's fine. That's fine. No collision, that's fine. Immunity to Killer Instinct, I don't think that's fine, because nothing else has immunity to Killer Instinct yet, and I think we should keep that consistent. So, take that out. Seeing the killer aura, that's fine. Effects are lost when you do conspicuous action, as they should be. And all these effects except haste and endurance are disabled once generators are completed, meaning that escapes are still pretty much free if you get all 5 gens. So, I mean, that's annoying, but whatever. But I actually think all that's fine. All of that except for the killer instinct is fine. So I actually don't have a problem with any of that. Bravo, that's good. What's even better is them actually taking the right approach to this for once. They are buffing killers when they hook unique survivors. So essentially, whenever you hook someone that is not also the same person that you last hooked. So if you're not hooking people consecutively, you get a little mini base kit pop, you get a temporary haste, and you get base kit barbecue. Now here's the problem, right? Survivor base kit perks and these killer base kit perks are a case of false equivalence. A lot of survivors like to be like, oh, I mean, killers are getting stuff base kit to compensate, but the stuff that you guys are getting base kit is way better. That's the problem, right? It's really funny to me when survivors, tell killer players like, "Oh, dude, if you think generators are going too fast, if you're tired of getting gen rushed, then just bring more slowdown." Okay, well, what if I told you that the tunneling update and this whole tunneling and slugging update didn't need to happen? What if I told you that you should just bring unbreakable and decisive strike and off the record? Of course, you'd probably get mad at me, right? So that's a crazy double standard. But anyway, my point is that giving the survivors infinite unbreakable and infinite tenacity and off the record, off hook base kit and borrowed time and all this shit that they've been getting is significantly stronger than pop base kit or haste off of hook or barbecue base kit. That's way stronger, right? And let me explain why. So first off, bonus generator or bonus damage for the next generator kick. Literally 75%, no more. Almost all killers in the entire game are not going to be able to make use of this. Gen speeds have gotten so fucking fast that the majority of the roster cannot afford to go kick gens anymore. Legit. We cannot afford to go do that. We have instead now focused on a more active way of slowing down the game where we hook someone and we get benefits off it. Right? We hook someone and then, pain res DMS pops halfway across the map. And we have corrupt in the early game to help slow shit down. And you don't want to be kicking gens, okay? Bonus damage for the next generator kick. The only killers that are going to be able to afford this are killers with insane map mobility that are already like triple S tier anyway, like Blight, right? Okay, Myers is not going to have the time to walk his fat ass across the entire map. Trapper's not going to have the time to walk his fat ass across the entire map. Any killer without a form of map traversal is not going to have the time to walk their fat ass across the entire map to go kick a generator. So this bonus damage for the next generator kick only positively buffs a very small percentage of the roster, and everyone else gets fucked. And this only further exacerbates the huge power imbalance that DBD Killer has. Because, of course, but some of them are super oppressive and strong, and then some of them have been neglected for 9 years. So, this doesn't do shit for me, personally. If you guys want to incorporate base kit generator slowdown, it's going to have to be in the form of base kit pain res. That is it. That's the only way it can be implemented with the current state of the game right now, because generators are going too fast, toolboxes are way too good, and we don't have time to kick gens anymore. We don't. At least the majority of the killer roster does not, except for the top tiers, because they're really fast. And dash killers are broken, and I don't like them, but... So, sorry, that is what I think. So yeah. I think the only way to implement base kit slowdown at this point is to like hook someone and then there's like global fucking generator regression that happens or something. I don't know. Anyway, temporary haste. Same deal here. Only the top percentage of killers are going to take advantage of this because it makes them even faster. If you weren't fast to begin with, this is not going to do anything for you. Like there's a reason no one runs furtive chase is because it does fucking nothing for you. Because knowing behavior, this is going to be like 5% haste for 10 seconds or something. Like, what is that going to do for you? Legit, if you're a fucking slow-ass M1 killer just waddling around the whole map, maybe I'm just saying this because this is my perspective, I main Myers, right? If you're just a normal M1, like, shit killer that just walks around the whole map, you don't even have to be an M1 killer. If you just don't have a form of map mobility, this does nothing for you. Same thing with Pop, right? Both of these changes do nothing for you, while they continue to buff the best killers in the game. So, this only makes the gap problem worse. The only good change here is base kit barbecue, because I like information a lot. So I agree with this. I think base kit barbecue, upon hooking a unique survivor, is great. This is perfect. Temporary reveal survivors with barbecue that have less or equal hook states to the hook survivor. That's beautiful. That is a work of art. Keep that exactly how you have written it out. That's awesome. These two are nowhere near strong enough to compensate for the rest of the clusterfuck of survivor buffs in this entire patch. So yeah, I think these two suck, and I think this third one is actually really good. So yeah, so please, if you play Survivor, don't come crying at me, but you guys are getting base kit pop and base kit furtive chase, but without the undetectable and base kit barbecue. Barbecue is the only one of those three that's going to be worth a damn, okay? Because the majority of the killers in this game do not have the time to be doing these two. especially with these new changes, because thanks to the changes I'm about to read, thanks to the last two changes in this tunneling reduction update, we don't have time to kick gens anymore. We don't have to have time to be doing any of this shit anymore. Because if we're not getting 30-second downs and hooking someone every like 45 seconds, we're fucked. And let me explain why. So let's talk about the worst changes in this entire update. These are the two changes that cannot go live. If this shit goes live as it is, it's going to kill the game. Let's talk about it. If a survivor dies before 6 total hook states, all remaining survivors gain a repair speed bonus for the rest of the trial, as if generators weren't fast enough. This is not helping this problem at all. So here's my problem with this. 6 is way, way too big of a number. How the hell am I tunneling someone if I got them out at 6 hooks? That's like halfway through the fucking game. You want people to 12 hook every game, that's halfway through it. And you're saying that I'm tunneling if I don't go this far? That's bullshit. This number needs to go down to 3. Let me explain to you what 6 hooks might look like. I need 1 survivor on death hook. Then I need a second survivor on death hook, so two hooks each. But no, that's only 4 total. If I kill one of them now, you know what that means? It means that I'm going to gigabuff them for the rest of the trial. So now I need to go out of my way and hook a third survivor once. Then I can kill one of the 2 people that are dead on hook. I shouldn't have to do that. The majority of the killer roster does not have the time to be doing that because their chases are not 30 fucking seconds like Nurse, who ignores half the rules of this game. Okay, I can't blink through pallets as Myers. Okay, I can't do that shit. Even though I can break them now, which is kind of cool. But still, you guys get what I'm saying. So 6 is way, way too much. They need to reduce this down to 3. Because with 6, getting that many hooks spread around that many people without losing the game before killing someone is just not possible for the vast majority of the killer roster at the moment because gens are just going way too fast. So this needs to be reduced down to 3. To make it so that I can't just hook someone 3 times and kill them. That makes total sense. Because, getting tunneled hooked 3 times at the beginning of the game and then just dying, that feels like shit, right? If we reduce that to 3, now the killer can't do that anymore without gigabuffing the other team. Which, sure, I can live with that. That's fine. Because now it means that if I have someone on death hook, I have to hook any other survivor just once. And then I can kill the person dead on hook, which is fine. That's fine, you know? That's fine. It's not like the game is not playing itself for the survivor, which is different from this because the game might as well be playing itself for the survivors at this point. And I think it's fine. It's much more fair. But the thing is, even if they do that, there's still one little problem left, and that is the fact that not a significant portion, but some killers are just dead. They literally just get killed by this change. Let's talk about Sadako, for example, right? Let's talk about the Onryo. So she's just dead, right? This change alone just kills her. Even no matter what number this hook state thing is at, like 3 or 6 or whatever, this change actually just kills her. And that is because, what if I have someone fully condemned before 6 hooks? I can't kill them now. Even though they should be punished for being max condemned and I should be able to kill them for it, if I do that, I'm gigabuffing the rest of the team. That makes no sense. And Sadako is someone who plays primarily for condemned. Hooking people is almost secondary for her. So now I can't play towards my main win condition because if I haven't hooked 6 people and I condemn kill someone, I'm gonna just buff the other team and lose. It's almost like they didn't did they not think about this? Did they not think how this would affect other killers? Pig is the same shit. What if you get a reverse bear trap pop? You're fucked. Any trap killer, someone steps in your trap and they would die from it? Well, womp womp. Imagine you're playing as fucking Trapper or something, and some guy who's dead on hook steps in your trap. You can't go over and pick them up now. You can't go punish them for stepping in your trap and kill them, because if you do, the rest of the team gets buffed. So that survivor essentially can walk around So now, because that survivor knows that, the killer wouldn't dare kill me, because if he does, my team's gonna get buffed, so now I can just ignore their entire power. Don't you like that? People who are dead on hook without the killer having hooked 6 people don't need to play around Sadako Condemned. Don't need to play around traps around the map. They don't need to do shit because they know that the killer wouldn't dare punish them and kill them, because if they do, they're going to lose the game because everyone else gets repair speed bonus. Granted, we don't know how much this repair speed bonus is going to be, but any repair speed bonus right now is a terrible idea in my opinion because gens are fucking flying. So this the solution to this is that 6 total hook states need to be reduced down to 3. And this needs to only this whole repair speed bonus bullshit needs to only proc on sacrifices. So if you die to Sadako Condemned, if you die to a Pig Reverse Spare Trap, if you even that doesn't even fix the Trapper problem, honestly. So that's not even a great fix, to be honest. I have no idea how the hell they fix this, but they need to make it. Maybe if you got stuck in a Trapper Trap, like your next hook doesn't proc this or something. I don't even know how to fucking fix this because that's how much of a disaster it is. But you cannot punish a killer for using their power to punish people who did not play around it. And that's what this change is doing. So, this change gotta go, bro. That's stupid. That's stupid as hell, okay? Because essentially what that means is that people who are dead on hook do not have to respect you as long as you have hooked less than 6 people. And that's fucking stupid. That's stupid. You're punishing the killer for playing the game. Literally, you like the survivor doesn't even. You're only making the survivor even more brain dead. Like they don't even have to play around you now if they're dead on hook because again they know, oh, this guy's not gonna kill me. If he does, he screws himself for the rest of the game. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me? The proper way to incentivize spreading hooks is by buffing the killer to do so, not nerfing him and gutting him if he doesn't. So that's stupid as hell. And lastly, here is somehow an even worse change. And unlike the last one, there's no way to salvage this one. The previous one, I was like, okay, if they reduce the hook states down from 6 to 3, and then, make it so that it only procs on sacrifices, it doesn't fix all the problems, because sure, that fixes Sadako and like, I guess Pig, but like, Trapper and like other killers that have trap play styles. I mean, I should still be able to punish someone who steps in my traps if they're dead on hook, and even if I don't have 6 hooks yet. So it doesn't fix the problem entirely, but at least it's a stepping stone to fixing the problem. But there's no way to fix this. There's zero way to fix this one. This one cannot make it into the game at all. At all. This needs to fuck off, and whoever thought of this needs to get fired, dog. That's how bad this is. If the survivor that was last hooked is sacrificed or killed, generators cannot be regressed or blocked. I assume this means for the rest of the trial. Oh my god, what the hell were they thinking with this? This is crazy. This is crazy. Legit, I think people are really understating how ridiculous it is that your slowdown is disabled for the rest of the game. Imagine if there was a killer mechanic that made it so that if the exit gates become powered and I haven't killed anyone yet, one survivor gets instantly moried, and the remaining 3 survivors are broken for the rest of the trial. That sounds ridiculous and broken, right? Yeah, well, this is pretty comparable. I'm not even gonna lie. This is pretty fucking comparable to that. So essentially, if you double hook someone and it ends up killing them, you lose the game. Cause how the hell are you winning without slowdown? That's not possible, okay? I'm sorry. Like, the days of going into a lobby with 4 perks and none of them being slowdown and running chase-oriented builds, that's a thing of the past. Unless you're playing in shitter lobbies, if you're playing in high MMR, you can't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore, especially if you're playing any sort of mid to low tier killer. Like, unless you're playing a top 5 killer in the game, you can't do that anymore, dog. So if you lose that, if you lose your regression like that, you're losing the game. So now, essentially what this means is that under no circumstances can you ever double hook someone, and that is crazy to me, right? And again, this also fucks over killers with alternate win conditions. Imagine, Sadako is another example. I'm going to bring her up again. Sadako has a mechanic where if you hook someone, it locks in 3 of their condemned stacks. So imagine someone has a lot of condemned on them, so you decide to hook them so that they can't reduce it past a certain point. Then, a little bit later in the trial, right, let's say you haven't hooked anyone yet, because she doesn't go for hooks very often unless it's to lock in stacks. That same person has been condemned, fully. You can't even kill them. You can't even kill them. You cannot even kill them, because if you do, there goes all your slowdown for the rest of the game. And if it's before 6 hooks, which it probably is, you're also giving them repair speed bonus. This change gotta go, bro. There's no way that I can possibly find to salvage this. Let me reiterate this. Let me be very clear about this. There is nothing, and I do mean nothing, in the entirety of DBD right now that is so unbelievably powerful that it requires the downside of disabling all gen regression for the rest of the game. I think people are severely underestimating how much of a detriment that is. That is an insane punishment. There is nothing in this entire game right now, even the most broken killer mechanic or build you can think of, is not broken enough to warrant that sort of crazy-ass downside. This change has to go. There is no way that I could possibly conceive where this would be healthy for the game. Behavior has to understand that if they go through with all these changes as is right now, we need insane changes to the killer role. Changes which survivors are going to grab their fucking pitchforks over, right? Because immediately, all I can think of, like, right now, the killer's ability to get someone out of the game early is completely gone. You have to spread, you are forced to spread out your hooks, and you are forced to have very short chases in order to do so, because generators are flying. So in order to lessen this problem, legit what would have to happen is, like, so many things, dude. First off, like, toolboxes would have to go, because there's no way that brand new part could ever be balanced in this sort of environment. So toolboxes need to be reworked to not increase generator speed. Speaking of generator speed, they would have to increase the amount of time to do a generator, just base. They would have to increase probably the hook timer, or decrease it, sorry. It's at 70 seconds now. They would have to revert it back down to a minute, maybe even 50 seconds. Like, a killer would need actual good base kit perks, just like Survivor. I'm talking about base kit corrupt, base kit pain res, stuff like that. And you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like overcomplicating the hell out of a game that is already super complicated and super inaccessible to new players. So I'm not a fan of this update at all, because it guts killers. It makes it so that if you're now playing a top tier who can move around the map at 5,000 miles an hour and down someone in 30 seconds, you might as well drop the game. And it makes killers play by a fucking rule book. Even if you are playing one of those killers that can still win matches after this update, which is not a lot of them, you still have to play by the rules. You gotta play nice. And that's horse shit, dog. I'm sorry. So this update can burn, dog. Of course, the Myers rework that I've been waiting for over half a decade comes with this bullshit, because, of course, I can never have nice things, right? Like, it's always something. So yeah, I mean, it really is a shame to see something that I'm so excited for be lumped in with this garbage. It really is very disheartening. So, hey man, I'm going to be trying out new Myers on the PTB tomorrow, because I'm just excited for those changes, and I really hope that the changes that I suggested, or at least something close to it, happens, because I'm telling you, man, if this update ships anywhere near close to this state where that's been proposed, it's going to kill the game. No one in their right mind would play killer after this, dog. No one in their right mind would play killer after this. This is a shit show. Complete and total shit show. I'm done rambling about this. PTB comes out tomorrow, and we're going to see just how bad these changes are, because we will get values for this tomorrow. We will see the numbers finally. So, yeah. See you guys around. Take care, and let's hope behavior doesn't kill this fucking game. See you around. Later.